Most digital marketing agencies fail at furniture and home e-commerce for one simple reason. It's because they treat them like any other niche. If you're a business owner in the furniture or home e-commerce space, you've most likely tried at least one agency or maybe even two. You saw activity, ads were running, you were seeing some fancy reports, but you weren't really seeing any kind of scalable growth. And look, this video isn't about blaming the other agencies. It's about telling you that especially for this niche, you have a different e-commerce model that you need to be aware. Now look, before we continue, my name is Veselin. I'm a co-founder at DeckVision, which is an agency that specializes in furniture and basically home related businesses. We want to make sure that we are the best in this, and that's why we really want to understand these niches before we just start creating some random marketing strategies. So look, most agencies out there are built for fast decision products. You have products which are with a low AOV, you have products which are pretty much bought just in an instant. People just see them on the website and they buy them immediately. And you also have products which are basically an emotional buy. Now let's make a contrast with furniture. You have high AOV, you have emotional and functional experience, and you also have a longer cycle from the first click of the ad to the purchase. Basically, if you have to put it in a different spectrum, we have to say that furniture requires a different trust building process. If I'm selling phone cases online or I'm selling any kind of product that costs up to £20, I don't really have to build any kind of trust with people. They can just see the product on an ad. They may just like how it looks like, or maybe they just like some of the features that it has, and they just buy it. I mean, it's £20. Even if they get scammed, whatever, you're spending £20 in any case every day. So you may as well just buy it. But then let's see, if you're selling a sofa that costs 1,500, for example, dollars or pounds or whatever, then of course people are not just gonna see your ad and they're not going to buy immediately. And yet most of the strategies that I see out there when it comes down to ads are just like that. People believe that they see, oh, a discounted sofa of 20%, I'm just gonna go inside and I'm gonna buy it. No, it doesn't work like that. Reassurance matters more against persuasion, and usually speed can be negative for you. And why do agencies struggle in this case? Well, they start optimizing for shorter buyer signals. Basically, they see that people are coming through an ad and there is lots of traffic through this ad, but then they don't see purchases in the next couple of days and then decide that this ad is not really working. However, you have to keep in mind that it's a longer cycle, so that means that ads need to be running for a longer time period before they take any kind of decision. And this is usually an issue because these agencies, when they're selling to you as a business owner, what they do is they're telling you, look, we're gonna start working with you, we guarantee that you're gonna get very big results, and this is gonna happen immediately. It's just gonna be 1 month and you'll see results. And actually this is never going to happen in this niche because it's a totally different process. I'm sure that you as a business owner has heard a lot of these claims, and I'm sure that you also heard like, let's test more creatives, let's increase the budget, let's do this, let's try that. But it's not only about testing, it's about thinking about a strategy that really works for these types of businesses. And look, maybe you have agreed to start testing more creatives with an agency. And what happens is that you're gonna get false confidence. You're gonna start thinking that now that you're creating more and more ads, that all of a sudden it's gonna start working out. But that's not the case. Actually, when you start creating all those different ads, you may start just increasing the noise, just increasing all the operations and just thinking that you're doing a lot, but actually it's just more and more ads that aren't really working in the long run. And look, with time, I'm sure that this is also getting into your head, especially if you have been trying many different strategies for the last couple of years. Not just wasted ad spend, but it also means that you're losing confidence in marketing. It also means that you're getting decision fatigue because you're constantly trying to switch strategies. And it also means that you start getting wrong conclusions about start your business, which can be very, very risky. So here is exactly what you need to change. Whether you're going to tell this to your agency, whether you're going to hire us as an agency that actually understand this, or maybe you're just going to try this on your own, here is exactly what needs to be done. You need to start thinking about ads as a system and not just different ads that you're learning and testing. It's a whole system, and people are going to see all the different ads that you have before they buy. That means that you also need to have lots of patience when you're scaling. It's not going to be a fast process. It's gonna take time, but if you do it in the right way, you're gonna be happy in the end. And you also need to understand how customers are thinking and what is their whole process, and not just about the different clicks. I know you may be looking, especially if you have Meta and Google and TikTok, and if you have many different ads channels, you may be looking at the different platforms and taking your decisions like that. But actually, you need to have one centralized platform where you're getting all the information you need to make your decision. Furniture and home e-commerce don't fail because ads don't work. They fail because ads are being done the same way as any other product out there. If you've worked with agencies before and something always felt off, it wasn't alignment, it was the right understanding of the business. So look, if all of this resonated, make sure to subscribe. Even if we don't start working together, you're still going to get lots of different strategies, lots of different growth tactics that you can apply for your business specifically. As I mentioned, we are specialized in home related e-commerce. That includes furniture, that includes home decor, that includes accessories, lighting, etc. So if you're in this niche, you're definitely going to get value from this channel. So make sure to subscribe, make sure to like this comment, and if you have been in a specific position with your agency, just comment down below and tell us more about what happened. I'm going to respond to every single comment. But before you leave these comments, just like I always say, never settle for average.